Hello, welcome, and good evening. Am I muted? I'm good? All right. So welcome. My name is Reverend Dr. Michael McMorrow. I'm the senior minister here. We're coming to you live from the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, California. It's a North San Fernando Valley, a faith community where we welcome all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. So we're delighted to have you with us. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to our Get Real and Heal meditation service. Tonight I'm joined by the wonderful Beverly Scott, who is our presider, and the lads in the back who are keeping us straight on the tech, Renzen and Ian. So give them some love in the chat. They always check to see if you said anything about them. I always check to see if you said anything about me. Anyway, so we're delighted to have you with us here today. Aren't we, Beverly?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All right, so let's just start by taking a deep, conscious breath. As we exhale, just allow ourselves to release the day, all the cares, concerns, the worldly clamors, and allow ourselves to just be anchored in this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Now, fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this evening. So as Beverly lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle we light for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle we light for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their world, for the place we save for them here in our sanctuary, within our online community, and of course, within our own hearts. And as Beverly lights the healing candle, remembering the places of conflict in the world, perhaps even within our own hearts, we invite you to please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God.
Let us turn within, entering into that secret place full of love, peace, and joy. I fill my mind with thoughts of God, remembering the divine love that connects us all. Giving thanks to Reverend Mike and each and every one of you that are falling under the sound of my voice, online and here in the sanctuary, as we prepare to receive what is ours to receive tonight during this meditation hour. When we remove from our awareness that which divides us and focus on that which unites us, we are living embodiments of oneness. When we allow ourselves to come from the highest level of understanding and acceptance and well-wishing for all, we are light and love unto the world. I am thankful and grateful for the unfoldment of life in my world. When I draw life into when we draw life into our lives and draw from our own intuition, then we will be guided by the highest and by the best. Going within the self, closing the door to the senses and their involvement with the restless world. And life will reveal all its wonders to us. I release my word into highest vibration of gratitude, into the perfect activity of law, knowing without a shadow of a doubt that my words are true, completely and divinely manifest right here and now. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all for being here this evening. Tonight, I wanted to speak with you about some feelings that I've been experiencing. Basically, I had a conversation with a friend I hadn't seen in some time. And in our conversation, she was expressing some things that mirrored the feelings that I had been experiencing. And when I'm speaking, it's about feeling overwhelmed, or it's not overwhelmed, it's more overlooked. And as a practitioner, listening attentively, first we see in our mind, and I saw some things that was very revealing. There are times when I feel unnoticed. I feel drowned out by people who seem to matter more than I do. And I went within myself because this is something that keeps repeating, coming up. And I said, stop. I shared it with my friend. I said, it's amazing how what you're saying, I'm feeling. So what I've concluded, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I go within and I begin to pray and I meditate. As I release my worries and trust the divine, I become clear. Things are not as they seem. It's really, truly in my mind. My concerns are replaced with trust that I am valued, guided, and protected through all the seasons of my life. As I acknowledge and accept this truth, feeling overlooked dissipates. For me, letting go and letting God means opening to and cooperating with the divine within me. I relax and trust the highest, and the best outcome is already manifesting. Ernest Holmes, in 365 Days of Richer Living, has a quote where he says, "A great peace of mind, a deep sense of belonging, a complete realization that God is right where I am, fills my mind today." And I affirm, I deepen in trust as I let go and let God, and I walk in the light of love. And I am free. And I am no longer overcome with feelings of being overlooked. Thank you for listening. I do have a few announcements before we move into the meditation this evening. Practitioners are available for a 2-minute tune-up. They're available online at CSLGH.org. Save the date. Annual membership meeting will be Sunday, March 17th. A list of current members has been posted in Sparks Hall. Please make sure your name is on it to maintain voting rights. A potluck will follow after. Makeup class, the discovery class, will be Sunday, March 3rd at 12 p.m. Members who have not taken the discovery class yet, please join us. New Sangha, Consciousness is What I Am, begins March 6th at 9:30 a.m. Contact Reverend Nicole for registration. Excuse me. Youth Church is meeting Sunday, March 3rd at 10:30 a.m. Contact Reverend Nicole for info. Children's beginning drums and beginning guitar, theater, and Tai Chi. Meditation are ongoing and open. If you would like to sponsor a child, please contact Reverend Nicole or Melissa. The mental equivalence with Reverend Mike is on Tuesday night. The next class is March 5th. Just for clarification, excuse me, Rev, is the class closed?
Close. Shouldn't be on there.
Sorry. Thank you for listening to the announcement. Now we will enter into our meditation.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Beverly. And welcome. Nice to have you with us this evening. Beverly, can I trouble you to, I can't quite reach that blanket there. Yeah. I need to shim up this leg over here. Thank you. I think I've discovered it's been my hiking boots that's been throwing my hip out, so we'll see if that's true tonight. All right. So I wanted to, in honor of, this is our last Wednesday of February, and so I wanted to read something from Howard Thurman, which I thought would be kind of a nice focus of our meditation this evening. And this is from his book, For the Inward Journey. And this is entitled The Little Graces of Life. So Howard Thurman was a Christian minister. He was actually I don't know what the term would be. I don't think it was a vicar, but he was in charge of the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. for several years, and a very influential writer within the Christian community, but particularly in the Black Christian community throughout his lifetime. But he was influenced on Dr. Martin Luther King and many others. And this is entitled The Little Graces of Life. Our Father, we turn aside from the things that ordinarily occupy our waking hours, and we wait in your presence. We are reminded of the graces of life that are so commonplace, so much a part of our daily living, that the grace of them is lost sight of. Each day, for many days, we have been able to arise from our beds and be active, to do our work, to live our lives with the full function of our bodies. Each day we have been greeted by a few people who understand us and who salute us. We have been smiled upon. We have been blessed by the countenance of many of your children, the little graces of life. We have been visited also by concerns to which we have responded, sometimes with enthusiasm and conviction, and other times we've been so overwhelmed with our own personal needs and disorders and complexities that we have not had any time to give to the needs and disorders and complexities of others. And we feel just a little guilty about it as we linger in the quietness, sorting out the details of our lives. We do not want to have hard hearts. We do not want to close the window of our spirits to the cries and to the agonies of those whose needs cry out to you. There seems to be no ear to hear, no hand to succor. We do not wish to be this way, but our own lives are hard with our frustrations that are sometimes feel very great. Thus, our Father, we try to loosen ourselves up so that we may become aware of what it is that you are seeking to do in us and in our world, so that after this hour we may not only be refreshed and renewed, but we may be on the scent of that which is your will for us. To know your will, O God, and to sink these little minds and little purposes of ours into your will. This is the heart of our hunger, O God of our spirits, as we wait in your presence. So this is a prayer that's, not quite in alignment with what we practice here, but it's. I think it encapsulates the way we can often feel. We have our own spiritual practice. We have the concerns of our life. We have parts of our bodies that may not be working as well as they once did. We have the concerns of hearth and home. Even as we are aware of the many blessings that we have in our life, and there are still concerns. I would even say legitimate concerns, because, life is that way. And then we look into the outer world and we see suffering, maybe even within our own families, and want to do something about it, and yet often feel powerless. So, what to do with that? What to do with that is people who are committed to living a conscious life, and a life that is not only conscious, but really anchored in staying centered in the Spirit. Well, that is the trick, isn't it? So I know one of our friends here was going through some stuff, and I asked how she was doing. She goes, "I'm just breathing." Right? Just breathing. And I think sometimes we forget that one simple practice can help bring us back to center, because our point of power is always in the present moment. This is why when we do our own prayers, we speak. We speak in the first person and in the present moment. So this is where our meditation practice also helps to train the mind, so that we can, the mind is a very busy place. And so as we focus our thought upon the breath, we can gain just a little bit of space between thought. We gain a little bit of space so that we can be more responsive rather than reactive. That's okay. Yes. So perhaps these musings mean something to you. Perhaps they don't, but I just thought tonight we might just work on generating a peaceful heart. Also, the other thing that I've been doing, so rather than giving something up for Lent, I have been cultivating a sense of love, of loving kindness, of compassion, and trying to do that and to express that in more courageous ways, to varying degrees of success. But the main thing is I'm allowing, it probably sounds like a little thing, but For me, it's kind of a big thing to go on to Facebook as close to noon as I can and do just a centering prayer for a couple of minutes. To be seen in that way, to stuff down feelings of, who do you think you are? Right? Who are you to be doing this, right? And, we all know what that feels like. And the truth is, who aren't we to do that? The truth is that the world can be lifted by any act of kindness that we wish to share with the world, even if it's in something as silly as a Facebook post. And I would argue even more meaningfully to be able to do that one-on-one with the people who we share the planet with, right, in our own little community here. So, and today I was across the street from Rosalie and Chloe's house, in fact, focused on those big pine trees across the street from you. So why don't we see if we can bring some of that, this idea of peaceful abiding, using the breath tonight, using this healing meditation, finding, maybe discovering those places of discomfort within, whether it's within the heart, within the mind, or within the body. See if we can breathe the breath of life into that and release that whatever ails us. All right. So let's just start by taking a deep conscious breath and feel the release. And just really feel ourselves just disconnecting from the cares and concerns of the day. Focusing on the breath, the movement of the breath in the nostril. Taking a deep breath. And feel the release. Releasing the workday, the cares, concerns, any tasks that we have had before us. We can pick them up later. Just allow ourselves to be here now. Deep breath. Release. Let the shoulders drop. Lengthen the spine, the neck. Free of tension as we focus on the breath. Just focusing on the movement of the breath in the nostril. Scanning the body from the feet. Your attention to the lower leg, to the knees. back of the thigh, front of the thigh. If we find any tension, we can just simply breathe into it. And on the exhale, you will often feel it unwind on the exhale. Bring our attention to the sit bones. The tummy expands and contracts easily. We release the tummy muscles. Focusing on the breath in the nostril. Even as we are aware of the sensation of the breath in the tummy. Bring our awareness to the sit bones. The spine is straight and erect over the sit bones, the head balanced over the spine. Again, free of tension. And we breathe. To the hands, moving up the arms, into the shoulders. Let's take a breath together and just let the shoulders drop on the exhale, taking a breath. And release, shoulders down and back, spine erect, chin slightly downward, and release our facial muscles. Focusing now on the exhale in the nostril. taking one more breath together as we release, moving into the silence for about 15 minutes now. Focusing on the exhale, the movement of the breath on the upper lip. gently back into the room, staying with the breath. Knowing that by definition, there is no spot where God is not, so the very breath, very air we breathe has spirit in it. All that we are, every aspect of our being is spirit expressing. All of life as we know it, the visible, the invisible, is spirit expressing. So as we keep our attention on the breath, we're breathing into the heart center. Knowing that the spirit within the breath commingles with the spirit expressing as the body. There is an exchange of re-inspiration, respiration, releasing that which has served its purpose, embracing that which is new, breath that is restorative, life-giving, healing. With each breath now, we picture this flame of the divine at our heart center, and with each in-breath, we are fanning that flame. This flame grows in brilliance and radiance. From a single flame to a ball of fire, a fire that radiates love, a fire that illuminates rather than consumes. With each in-breath, it continues to expand and grow. We feel our heart center opening with each in-breath. We feel a sense of the radiance of this, the consciousness of this sacred heart within. This light continuing to grow, this globe of light expanding now beyond the torso, side to side, front to back, top to bottom, sitting in this field of light and love that may even be loosening up some stuff, allowing us to release it. This light continues to expand beyond the fingertips, filling the room which we are dwelling, this field of healing light and love, this energetic of light and love. We feel a sense of activation, of alignment, as we are allowing the pattern of perfection to make the crooked ways straight within the body temple, within the machinations of the heart, within our own thinking. That this energetic now is commingling with our friends here in the room, extending and connecting with those joining us online, even joining us later, for we know the Spirit is not bound by time nor space. So we're staying with the breath now as we know that within this field of light and love, we are bringing forth any cares and concerns that we may have brought with us in this meditation today. We take a deep breath and release those, knowing that is the light and love of the Spirit that fills that void. So knowing that there is but one power, one presence, one source, one life, the divine, the wellspring of life itself, that with each breath now we are attuning and aligning at the smallest aspects of the biological being, every atom, every molecule, every cell, every organ, every muscle, every neuron, all the various circulatory nervous systems, every neuron is aligning with and firing as a pattern of perfection. That in this moment we are expressing radiant good health in every way. That we feel a sense of flexibility, of strength in this moment. Take a breath, releasing that. Feel the exhale, and on the inhale, we feel an opening of the mind, that we are knowing for ourselves and for each other that we are open and receptive to the divine, the creative impulse of life itself that is imbuing within us the solution to any circumstance, to any seeming challenge or problem that we believe that we are facing, that we know that the solution is already in place, that we are open, receptive to new and dynamic ideas, that it is the infinite creative impulse of life that is that we are receiving this divine download from the field of mind, even as we feel an upload from deep within, from the indwelling presence. That this dynamic, this energetic, is instilling within us the answers to that we may be seeking. That these answers make themselves known either in the dream state, either in this moment, in the spontaneous moment of insight, or later through the day or the days ahead where an insight bubbles up seemingly from nowhere. We recognize this now as a divine impulse of life. So we take a deep breath, releasing. So now with this heart that has been cleansed, is now ready, open, receptive for connection, for allowing the law of circulation of love, of loving kindness, of compassion. And from this place now, we courageously step into this field of light and love, bringing, encompassing into this field of light and love, we pull in those with whom we appear to be in discord with, for we understand that they too are coming to their own recognition of how the divine is at work in their own life in ways conscious and often unconsciously. That we bring our loved ones into this field of light and love, our friends, our intimate relationships in the office, or on the job, that we know that there are now ways of being that are intuitively setting us on a course of connection that have a logical expression of serenity, of peaceful abiding, of harmony, of equanimity, respect, including respect for ourselves. Take a deep breath, release. And so knowing that as we release this word, any cares, concerns, feelings, aspirations, that we are releasing this word, releasing this experience to that aspect of the mind of the Most High operating as a law of its own being. A love so pure in its love that it appears to be impersonal, as it knows only to say yes to the divine impress, or to the impress of our thought upon this divine field of mind. And so in this, then, with a deep sense of gratitude and confidence, one more deep breath, we just release it now to this field of mind with confidence and deep gratitude, knowing it is done, knowing it is so. So we know further for those here present in the room that we arrive home safely and in good order. And as we make our way through the rest of the evening, finding our way to our beds, that the head hits the pillow, we drift off easily, effortlessly to sleep, that we sleep deeply, restfully, dreaming sweet dreams, that we awaken in the morning with a sense of restoration, of rest, with this vim and vigor and a zest for life, and that we hit the floor excited for the day to be. One more final release. Let it go. We let it be so. Together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. Amen. So thank you for joining us tonight. If this is your first time joining us online, please hit the subscribe button. You can join us at 10:30 this Sunday, where we will be live streaming. I'm back on deck this week, and we'll be kicking off with a new focus and a new theme for the month of March already. So until then, know that you are loved. Peace and blessings. We'll see you next time.